we were having a conversation offline about the video that just came out of the unfortunate secret that no one talks about with young married newlywed couples.
Yes.
About intimacy on the wedding night.
The wedding night, yeah.
And you reveal something crazy.
Can
we talk about it? Can we talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
it.
I'm an open book, hallelujah.
Okay, so I talked about how, if you are someone that loves Jesus and you were pure before and you married, that sounds weird. That sounds very purity culture-ish. If you were abstinent before you got married and you also married someone else that was abstinent and a virgin, that what people leave out is how delicate the wedding night can be.
Yeah. And
you revealed a bombshell on me.
I did. I can't. So
what happened on your wedding night, Damien?
So you're wild. You're wild right now. So on my wedding night, you
were a gentleman.
I was a gentleman. I was definitely a gentleman on my wedding night. My wife abstained, and my wife and we abstained from having sex with each other. I was sexually active before I started dating, and which I stopped as I got into a relationship with Jesus and then my wife, and we wasn't getting freaky. But that night, we was tired, Ruslan. Look, we didn't have sex the first night because I just wanted to be held. No.
So no sex in the champagne room.
No sex in the champagne room. Look, I was nervous.
How old were you guys when you got married?
I was 23. She was 21.
All right.
We've been married for 18 years. Just celebrated 18 years Sunday. So yeah, I was. And
it was like you were legitimately tired. Like you weren't trying to press the issue at all.
It was a little bit of that. We were really tired from the wedding and all the things that we had to do that day and being with people. But when it came down, it's like this pressure in the back. You're just like, dang, all right, we ready? Okay, we've been waiting. Come on. And then I just remember looking at her and like, we don't got to do nothing, and we didn't.
Respect.
We did. I was nervous. I was like, baby, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to do nothing, But that next day though.
The next day.
Bless the Lord.
No issues.
No issues, man.
No issues.
No issues.
But
first night,
a lot of folks don't know that when you get married, sometimes for some women, it can be a challenge.
Yeah.
Especially women who were virgins, and men will have this very distorted perception of intimacy, and then just expect their bride that's 20, 21 years old to just be like this freaky Christian star in the bedroom. And that's just not how it goes.
It's not.
And so men are taking this distorted, perverted view of sex that they've learned from culture and porn culture, and then they think it's just everything's just going to fall in line.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you can't have an amazing life in terms of your intimacy and be explorative and free and all those things. But those things take time.
Yeah.
Especially if you have been blessed to do it God's way and be celibate and all that kind of stuff.
And I would say one of the most underrated things is communication in that. Because in general is like this thing you don't really talk about. It's like there's in so many cases there's so much shame around it.
Yeah. Hey, you want to see something kind of crazy? Over 75% of the people that watch this channel are not subscribed. Please consider subscribing and turning your bell notification on so that you don't miss anything we have going here.
But if you can communicate clearly with your spouse and continue to grow in that, it's a blessing.
Communication, safety. Trust, right? It is a very vulnerable act, and it is very confusing sometimes in church culture because a lot of us, I'm not sure if you guys grew up, but some folks grow up with purity culture, and it's like sex is bad, sex is gross, sex is disgusting, so save it for your husband on your wedding night. Right. And it's just like wait,
hold on, time out.
And then if you've been intimate before, you did cross boundaries, or you were intimate with someone else, and say you still gotta like detangle this like, oh, I get to enjoy this thing that God designed for couples to enjoy without guilt and shame.
Yeah.
Like that might do a number on some people. And so it could be very delicate. You want to chime in?
by the grace of God, or maybe it was a partnership with shame culture. I don't know what it was, but my wife and I were able to be virgins at the time that we got to enjoy that first night of our wedding. And so with that, yeah, so we grew up with the Kiss Dating Goodbye book, which is, you know
that guy kissed Christianity goodbye.
Yes. So we are fruit of that ministry, whether or not he still owns it. But that was a little bit of a framework for us to choose friendship before intimacy, which was an interesting way, and I think having a sense of humor about yourself, because, we're all individuals and they make instruction manuals for this particular act that we're talking about. But that friendship that we were able to have was like, you're able to laugh at yourself. It's okay to not get it right the first time you get it on.
Yeah, get it on.
That. You don't have to get it right the first time. You get it on.
I think in the context of biblical marriage, where friendship and intimacy are meant to be, partners. And so I think that for me was something that made sense. That first time where it's like, oh man, I don't know if this is the way it's supposed to go. Yeah. Let's try later.
Is that what happened?
A little bit.
It's a safe space.
It's a safe space.
It's a safe space.
So in your situation, it was like, but we're having some technical issues.
Well, I didn't experience shame, but rather I was just a little bit laughter going, well, all right, let's,
take a break.
Dinner, we know how to do that.
All right.
That's good.
All right. So that's great. And I think I wish, how do I say this without saying it? No one told me on my wedding night, like, hey, slow down, take your time, a lot of foreplay. Yeah. And it may not work the first, you know what I mean? Like it may not, can someone else say it for me?
It may not. Okay, you gotta say it. You gotta say it. This is your jam.
I think everybody knows what I'm saying. I hope everybody knows what I'm saying. But no one said that, right? And so when no one said that, then it was like, okay, I experienced this, and then I felt like I was able to talk to some of my other buddies that got married after me, and told them like, hey, just be prepared, warm up. Yeah. And take your time, because it may not flow the way you think it's supposed to happen the first time. And for some women, it takes a while for them to feel comfortable with the act, to even enjoy it, right? And so I think this is a weird like conversation that doesn't happen enough, and I feel like enough men don't get equipped to go into their, like they did, we stayed pure, we didn't do anything, we didn't cross any boundaries. And then it's like, okay, but how do you work on building that aspect, which I think a lot of folks are like, this is an important aspect of marriage. Yeah. And no one talks about it, no one talks about it. And serving each other, being patient, being kind, right? All those different things are like, I feel like so essential. And there's so many challenges that can go into this in a marriage, that I think the more frank we could be about these conversations, I really believe that it will serve people better than to not talk about it. You know what I mean? And you guys are going to have young adults that get married, at your ministry. And I'm sure a ton of them have already gotten married. Hey, this is a segment from our daily after party stream. Consider partnering with us online for as little as $5 a month to get access to these daily after party streams completely unedited. You'll also get access to our podcast as they are streamed live into the community before anyone else gets to see them, get to interact with our guests, get access to our private Discord server, and a discount code for our store for as little as $5 a month. Ultimately, that will help towards helping us continue contextualizing the gospel using media and podcast here on YouTube. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.